Okay, cool, welcome back. Now I would like to shortly share with you my own personal view on one of the key tasks of a product manager, which is kind of related to product strategy. Just mind that this is my personal opinion, it doesn't come with the books, so feel free to disagree. I will just share with you what I've learned for the last 8 years being a product manager and project manager in software projects. Quick intro, you can call me Eve. I also work here at Spartez in Atlassian projects, and I am the product manager of Jira issue tracker, the best issue tracker in the world. I'm very short here in the company for only 3 months, and previously I've been working in Young Digital Planet.
So what's it mean?
Thanks. Where I've been doing web applications for educational use. And for those of you interested in the educational background of a product manager, I graduated from electronics, actually optical electronics, so laser diodes, fiber optics and stuff like that, and I actually never worked in my profession. So yeah, it was very useful for me. Okay, go back to the topic. Quick overview of what is the perception of the product manager job in the world. So different types of people have different perception of what product managers do, and this is mostly true because the role of a product manager is the least, I think, one of the least defined professions in modern businesses. But what is interesting for this presentation is the difference between what product managers think they do and what they actually do, because what they do in their everyday they are either chasing the headless chickens, or they are themselves the headless chickens trying to find their way in the dark. And why is that so? Why do we end up with that kind of situation? Is that we have too much stuff to do, yeah? Like everyone is running out of time. But product managers have really very little time to do their job because they say yes too often. And why do they say yes so often? Because they are expected from different parties to say yes to their requests. And who asks those product managers for yes? First of all, product managers, if they want to build a successful product, they need to talk to their customers. Yes, customers have always a lot of useful insight and requests for new features, for improvements. They tell a lot about their pains, so the product managers want to address the pains and satisfy the needs of their customers. On the other hand of the story, there is always some competition behind our back. We need to track what the competition is doing. We feel we would like to do what they do because we want to be as successful as they are. So we want to pick up their ideas and include in our product. There are also some designers who come to us every day with new ideas for very fancy features because we know there is something cool in the world which is very useful right now. Then we've got our sales department who are asking to have more features in this very product, because if we introduce this feature, we're gonna have 1,000 of other customers who are going to buy our product. So yeah, why not just incorporate it right now? Usually there is a kind of a CEO or founder, and in reality what founders want turns out to be the priority one on every roadmap. yet this is the case, unless you own your company, you are the owner of the company, which in the end also turns out to having this as a priority one. What you want in your company is the priority one. Who else wants something from product managers? There are engineers. Yes, they always have very good ideas, either for refactoring, improvements, speeding things up, making better performance. Sometimes they even come up with the ideas for new features as well. They also have their vision of how our product can look like. So they come with their requests to put on the roadmap and to implement in the product. And yeah, usually in companies there is some marketing department. They know what are the trends, they know what is cool, what is really catchy, and they ask us to have some bunch of new features in our product. So we've got all of these requests coming from different directions, and well, this is not something, but this is obvious according to the psychology. If somebody asks you something, you feel like you really would like to answer this person positively. You'd like to fulfill this request, yeah? Somebody just asks you for help, you would like to help that person. It is like your personal stuff. So product managers are put in this position where this is first of all their job to satisfy the requirements and the needs of the customers and the other stakeholders. And on the other hand, their personal, their psychological traits also push them towards saying yes to the requests of the customer. But what they end up with is that situation of chasing headless chickens. But this is the problem of a product manager, because it then translates into the problem of the product. Why? Because you can't have everything at once. Yes, you've got only that much time, you've got only that much people and money to do stuff, so you can't do everything at once. And if you do not, if you answer yes to every request that comes to you, you end up with situations that I think we sometimes encounter. This is called feature creep. So we end up with a product that has a gazillion of very useful features, each of them being perfect. Yes, we have some very cool screwdrivers here, really useful knives and so on, but altogether it doesn't provide much value to anyone who would like to attempt to use it. And in the software world, it usually ends up with that kind of complexity of features and applications, which are hidden, you know, from the vast majority of users. They are hidden like, you know, we make it optional, yes, we hide it somewhere in the menu. But when we reveal all of those hidden features and options, we end up with this huge matrix of the Microsoft Office. But this is the trait of some product managers or product marketing managers. Just let's find out where we can put more features into our product to appeal to more customers, to have more sales and be more successful. But what the really successful people say, well, I think you know that guy, and actually every statement in business world is more appealing if it has a backup of Steve Jobs' quote. So I found a quote that would really fit my presentation as well. Jobs says the same thing. Focus is about saying no. You will provide more value to your customer. Your product will be more successful if you say no. Each time you feel tempted to say yes at the the beginning. Well, other successful guys also said similar thing. Do you know Linus Torvalds? You know the guy? Yeah, some of you know. This is the man behind the Linux system. So in one of the emails to his friends, yeah, he included that sentence that he struggles a lot to say no to the new features. He's not going to waste his time trying to find new features to add to Linux, but he needs to argue how to say no to those requests. But yeah, it's easy to say, but how do we find out as product manager what to say no to? What are those tricky bastards that should light the bulb in our head that this is that request that we should really first say no to? This is as simple as that. Everyone asks for that, yes? Every customer wants it. Our marketing manager comes to us and says, no, we've got like 20 emails from people asking for this every question. And as a product manager, you stop yourself and take a look at, okay, we've got as many requests for, let's say, tracking of holidays in some team calendar application. But is that true that this represents the majority of our customers? Does it even represent 80% of our customers? Because if we take a closer look, it might turn out that this is just a small small voice around other features, that this is not necessarily what the majority of our customers want. And if we introduce that feature, we would only satisfy, or potentially satisfy, this very small amount of our customers, while at the same time, we will not satisfy the other ones who are waiting for the features that were previously stated on the roadmap and promised to be delivered to them. And also, sometimes the marketing divisions, or even we as product managers as well, we see, cool, if we add that new feature, we will have more engagement. I mean, people will use it, people will be more eager to use our product. In fact, this has been also measured by American researchers, that only the fact that we have a new feature creates potential engagement in that feature. But it doesn't necessarily mean that this feature is something that should be in this product, that user expected in our product or wanted to have in our product. It only engaged them because it has been something new and they want to play around with. So yeah, we can boost the user's engagement in our product by adding Tetris here or there. Yeah, people will play Tetris or other Farmville or whatever, but yeah, is this something that is aligned with our product strategy? What does it have to do with our product? And one of the most common, no, it's just a small stuff, it only takes 5 minutes. Yeah, mainly designers, even sometimes I feel myself this. God, it's just like a small button. Yeah, it's just a small checkbox. Come on.
We already have that feature. We just need quick modification.
Yeah, it's just like slight adjustment. Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah, change the background. But what in reality, well, it turns out that our feature, which looks like, no, it's like 5 minutes, but then it turns out, well, it must be then supported on every Android, iOS, and other operating systems. We need to make builds for that. We need to make automatic testing for that. We need to support it in another way. Then we find out it makes some backward compatibility broken. So in the majority of cases, the small 5-minute feature ends up in bulk implementation effort, which stops the implementation of other features that we already had promised to our customers and we had justified to be in the realm of our product. Sometimes we are in that good situation that we have time somehow for the new, for some stuff. We are done with what we have planned, and our engineering teams come and say, you know, we've got time for that, we can add something new. It would be cool if the admin section has this automatic bulk user import or stuff like that. And yeah, why not do that? Why not? Because if you've got time, just clean after yourself. This is the time for maybe that refactoring that you've been talking about for so long. Yes, we are proud ourselves to be lean, and if we are lean, we need to have the time to clean. Don't add complexity to what you're building. If you are in this very awesome situation that you have some time, use this time wisely. And one of my favorite ones, competition has it. They already have it, and they are, you see how much money they are making on that, how many users they have? That's great, we must have it as well. So what we do, usually, we spend the next couple of months trying to copy what our competition has. We want to incorporate those features into our product, and during the same time, in the offices of our competition, they see and look at their product, which we feel is so successful and so great, and they look, guys, this has been added by accident, this is never used, we cannot support this, it takes so much time to maintain that, and we end up in a situation like we are trying to copy things that our competition already wants to get rid of, and because they went through this similar period already, and they know that these features were not needed. So we end up trying to deliver broken yesterday's solution tomorrow. Yes, following step by step what our competition does usually does not end well. And very tempting one, money. Sales reps come and say, no, this is our biggest customer. It's one of our biggest customers. They say that if we do not have this feature for them, they're gonna quit. What we do then? So, quit. This is how it goes. No, it's not that easy, of course. If big money is involved, and if we are working with enterprise customers who are big, it is very hard to refuse their blackmail, because yeah, we must say this is blackmail of the sales reps or the customer who says we are going to quit if we do not do something. But as a product manager, you need to realize that if you are tempted to satisfy the need of one customer, at the same time, you will not satisfy the needs of a bunch of other customers. And you are just trying to keep the one customer who blackmailed you that they are going to quit if you do not do something, and you do not realize that you are losing 20 others who quit because they did not get what they were promised to. And this is also one thing to keep in the back of your head, as if you want to be a product manager. Do not promise if you are not 100% sure that you are going to deliver. Because unfulfilled promises are the main cause of losing your customers. And people will not trust you anymore if they do not receive what you promised to them. So it is better to say no now as they ask for something, rather than give them false promises. Because time will pass, situation can change. You may even find it very cool to have that feature which one of the customers asked some time ago. And when you then implement it and say, you got it, yeah, we did it, you receive this very support from the customer. But if you say, okay, we're gonna do this, and you are not doing this is crap. Well, easy to say, but how to say no? I think it's not easy to say no. Yes, because people will not like you, and these are your bosses, these are your customers. It's not that easy to say no to them, to refuse a request. And that is the hard time of a product manager. And I find it useful to spend like 20 hours in front of the mirror every morning, repeating this mantra that I need to use here now and then. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I really understand why you need this. It's cool. I appreciate that you are coming to me with that, but you know, we are not building this. But we cannot end with that question, with that statement. Yes, there must be something afterwards. What follows then? If we say that we are not going to build this is because we are building something else. And we are building what we already defined in our product strategy. So, yeah, every successful product manager has product strategy, right? So that would be a topic for a whole other discussion. But what I would like to just say is that product strategy, whatever it looks like, it doesn't have to be like that thick document, yeah, a piece of paper. It can have any form, but this is the role of a product manager to have. Sorry. How can I back to my presentation?
Keynote quit unexpectedly.
Yeah, it's just mine. Product strategy will help you answer the question whether this feature, this idea should be implemented in your product. Because it will tell you, is this our top priority? Will this help our business grow? Will this be used by all of our customers, or at least by 80% of them? Because in the product strategy, we need to define who are our customers, we need to define what are their needs, we need to spend the time on getting to know the needs of our customers, their pains. And if we have that strategy to refer to, it makes it much easier to say no to everything what is outside of the scope of our product. So the worst thing that a product manager can do is to, apart from being blind, having sight and no vision. If you do not have a vision for your product, if you do not have a strategy for your product, for your business, you will fail every time. So, yeah, I treat no as the new yes, because by saying no now to many requests, by saying no to people who will be unhappy at this very moment, at the same time I say yes to all the stuff that I believe will be really successful for that product and will make them happy in the long term. And this is actually my approach to product strategy, product management, and handling the gazillion of requests that come to me every day from different places.